So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always was an absolutely brilliant way to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. I honestly can't believe that's been going on for that long. And I can't believe that it was 30 years ago that they were launching Power Rangers, as that series is still iconic, and it's iconic for a reason, as it was just absolutely outstanding. And I do think they celebrated it in a really, really good way. I mean, let's address the elephant in the room in the first place. Of course, it would have been absolutely brilliant to also see Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy here as well, but of course they all declined this role. Austin James was having a few legal issues which prevented him from even filming it in the first place, and Jason David Frank kind of retired from Green Ranger. Of course, this was before his tragic passing, and Amy Jo Johnson has revealed on Twitter that she kindly declined the offer. But you know, we may well see this actress donning the Pink Ranger costume in the future. But I have to say, I feel like they dealt with it all really, really well. And I love the fact that they used archive audio of these characters while they were in the suit, as it just really did make it feel really, really authentic, and just brought back all of the nostalgia vibes so brilliantly. On that point, that is one thing that I have to say, the 30th anniversary did so well. I mean, the rebooted Power Rangers movie did have some nostalgia in there, but this one honestly went fully into it, and I feel like they honored Thwai Trang so perfectly, as it was just so emotional across the entire special, as you are really feeling the loss of the incredible Trini character. And like I said, across this movie, they just paid respect to her so brilliantly. And even though the visuals are a dramatic improvement from where they were in the 90s, I mean, I do still think the 90s visuals do still stand up today, but I love also that they really did bring the energy of the 90s classic show back with its stylish execution, some of the dialogue, and even the cheesy factor that we all love Power Rangers for was here as well. But also they really elevated it, as of course Rita Repulsa's plan in this special is really, really diabolical, and she does even kill a number of characters. And because of the fact that we have Trini's daughter here, I do also think that she was bringing back the feels of the 90s kids with attitude. Some of the acting was a little bit questionable, but it was also questionable across the entire Power Rangers series. So I do feel like, you know, all of those things added to it really, really brilliantly. And it was really nice actually, because David Yost was the one that originally pitched an idea to celebrate the 30th anniversary in 2021. So the fact that they were able to turn around this entire special within that amount of time and get all of the characters in here, get all of the crew in here, create this special, I do think is really, really good. And I'm really glad that they did keep a lot of the storyline material behind the scenes, and they didn't reveal all of it in the trailer footage. So it was really nice actually to see a lot of new surprises. And each season back in Mighty Morphin Power Ranger days lasted for so many episodes, so there were so many brilliant monsters for them to pick from. And I do feel like they picked two really, really good ones, as I do remember those classic episodes involving these monsters, and the fact that they were able to shrink the Power Rangers into miniature form was really, really brilliant, and was really, really threatening as well. And it was also a really nice touch to see the original Black Ranger, brilliantly played by Walter Jones, facing Adam, and just seeing some scenes between those two Rangers, as well as Aisha having scenes with Trini's daughter, as we've never really seen anything like that happening before. So it was a really brilliant touch having that here too. I mean, of course, there could have been even more bigger and better things that they could have included. For example, having Bulk and Skull in here as well. And of course, having Golda and Scorpina. Scorpina, I do feel like, is so underused. And there were plans to bring back this character and do even more with her during the series' original run. So it's such a shame that that ultimately never happened, as I do think the Scorpina character was just so formidable. But anyway, of course, they could have done a lot more. But it was really nice to kind of see them in flashback footage at least. And they had everything that was quintessentially Power Rangers involved in here. For example, the morphing sequences were absolutely brilliant, and we saw the Megazord, and I feel like they used the Megazord really, really well actually. One of my many issues with the Super Megaforce series was that all of the Zord battles were just so quickly wrapped up. And it was really nice actually that you got to see a lot of fighting happening with the Megazord. I mean, it would have been nice to kind of see the Megazord in a bit more danger. For example, during the Green Ranger special episodes, you really got to see the destruction of the Megazord. And then of course it came back fighting better than ever. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more with that. But then again, if they are trying to show that the Megazord is so powerful, then I feel like they achieved that really, really well. Alpha 9 just threw back to Alpha 5 so well. I thought it was really clever actually, how even Robo Rita even came in here in the first place. As of course everyone's like, what? Zordon's energy wiped out all of the original baddies. So I feel like they wrapped that particular storyline in here really well. It was really nice to kind of see another version of the command center, and also to have a bit bit of a backstory explaining why this isn't the original command centers. Of course, we saw that brutally being destroyed. But one of the many things that I loved in the original series was, of course, the Moon Palace, and Rita just getting up to all of her evilness up there in the Moon Palace with Squad, Baboon, Finster, Lord Zed, all of those iconic characters, Scorpina Goldar 2, up in the Moon Palace. And we got to revisit it. It was honestly so good. And you got to see the diabolical plan that Robo Rita was having. And they even paid respect to the original Japanese show in terms of calling it the Bandura Protocol, as of course this was the original name of the actress that played the character. Like I said, the visuals all looked really good. All of the fight sequences, loved seeing the Puddies back, loved seeing Angel Grove, everybody running out of Angel Grove like they used to do back in the day. And there were even a number of fights with Rita Repulsa herself with the Power Rangers. Honestly, this special just had everything that you would have wanted it to have, and I just feel like it paid respect in the most brilliant way to all of the legacy characters, all of the legacy actors, and I don't think they were that lazy, if I'm being honest, in terms of explaining everything storyline wise for why these particular group of characters are here in the first place. And like I said before, all of the visuals just looked really good. It did have a bit of a modern facelift while still having everything that you do love about the original series. So I honestly think they did such a brilliant job, and I just want even more of it now. I mean, Netflix aren't a charity. They wouldn't have just created this special for no reason, and I'm sure it will get mega amounts of views, as the original series does do really big numbers from a viewing perspective for Netflix. So hopefully this special will mean that they will potentially do a sequel and maybe a third one, and just continue paying respect to the brilliant Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. So for all of those reasons, I absolutely love this special, and I'm going to give it a mega 8 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear what you thought of Once and Always a Ranger, so please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.